Good evening, and thank you for joining our news broadcast from Davis Hall. My name is Doug Seipel.
And I'm Carson Lejeune, bringing you stories relevant to IUP and the Indiana community.
Today we will share stories about national park squatters and voting registration.
We will also have a story about fall break.
S&T Bank, based in Indiana, Pennsylvania, has been named a 2025 award winner from American Bankers Association Community Commitment. The bank received the honor in the Supporting Military Families category, recognizing its ongoing efforts to help service members, veterans, and their families. This year, S&T donated $10,000 to Pennsylvania Wounded Warriors and helped host a military baby shower with the March of Dimes. The bank also runs its Stars and Stripes employee group, which has supported military initiatives for more than 20 years. The award will be presented October 21st at the ABA's annual convention in Charlotte, North Carolina.
It's that time again to make your voice heard. Monday, October 20th is the last day to register to vote before next month's election. If you haven't registered yet, you can do it online, by mail, in person, at your county election office, or at a PennDOT location in other state agencies. To be eligible, you must be at least 18 years old by election day, a U.S. citizen for at least 1 month, and a Pennsylvania resident for at least 30 days. Mail-in ballots must be received by your county office by 8 p.m. on election day. The municipal election takes place on Tuesday, November 4th. Make sure you're registered and ready to vote.
A decision on the sale of the former Horace Mann Elementary School could come as soon as the next Indiana Area School Board meeting. Officials say a special meeting may be held on October 27th to finalize the deal. The board is considering selling the building to Pivotal GP Holdings, a company looking to turn the property into affordable housing. Superintendent Robert Heinrich says the company is seeking government subsidies and tax credit to make the project work. The building's fair market value is set at $470,000. A Pivotal representative is expected to attend Monday's committee meeting to discuss next steps. Heinrich added that the district will remain transparent throughout the process and continues to welcome community input on the future of the Horace Mann property.
The Pennsylvania Department of Conservation and Natural Resources says Indiana County is officially at its peak for fall colors. Indiana joins 10 other counties, including Clearfield, Cambria, and Elk, in the peak color category this week. Foresters say the dry summer and fall pushed the color changes a little earlier than usual. Trees like aspen and sassafras are showing the brightest shades right now, while many oaks are still holding onto their green leaves. Experts say there are still a few more weeks left to enjoy the fall foliage before the colors begin to fade.
It's the moment everyone has been waiting for. Fall break is finally here for the students of IUP. Our very own Carson Lejeune has the story on what students are doing with their time off and what it means for the Indiana community.
Fall break is just around the corner, starting on Saturday, October 18th and continuing through Tuesday, October 21st. Some things students may think about before fall break begins is how you can be productive but still have time to rest and relax during the time off. I went ahead to interview a couple students to see how they're going to spend their fall break and maybe even give some healthy advice to see how other students should spend theirs. Here is freshman Alessandro Iturbide and what he's going to do over the fall break. So what are your plans for the fall break, Alessandro?
I was going to go home, hang out with a couple friends, go to a football game for my old high school team, and watch a football game with my dad because we finally get a chance to watch it now.
And Alessandro, do you have any advice on how to stay productive over the fall break?
Yeah, my advice is there will definitely be free time throughout the break where you're not doing anything. So maybe open the laptop, study, finish a homework assignment. Maybe if you have enough time, hit the gym with an old friend and just hang out.
I was also able to interview sophomore Zachary Napakowski for his plans as well. What are your plans for the fall break, Zach?
My plans for the fall break are probably just, going home, seeing my family. I haven't seen them since I've moved in, see my dogs, maybe work a few shifts to stack up some money because I've been working up here and, just staying busy, not just loafing around and doing nothing really.
And Zach, are you going to try anything to stay productive over the fall break?
Yeah, just making money, making sure my schoolwork's all caught up on. I know I'm a little behind in some classes, so I could definitely, get on that, but just making money, catching up with friends I haven't seen since moving in since the summer. And
this goes to show that over your fall break, Yes, you should relax and spend time with your friends and family, but you should also find small ways to be productive, and so you should keep a healthy and awake mind while being away from school. And that's the end of our 2025 Fall Break News Package. We'll see you, IUP students and staff, back in class on Wednesday, October 22nd. Back to you guys.
Still ahead on IUP News, we will have a story on airports refusing to broadcast a DHS video and a weather report with Leah Wilkinson.
Along with national news and a news package on international education. Stay tuned.
We all have a story. It's telling those stories that matter. That's why IUP's communications program airs its own news bulletin on IUP TV and 90.1 WIUP FM with the people you know telling the stories. Here, there are new aspiring journalists ready to start their career strong. Even if news isn't your goal, there is a place here for everyone. This is IUP News, with stories relevant to IUP and the Indiana community.
Welcome to a place where opportunities abound, where students have the option to study healthcare in places all around the world, and thousands learn beyond the classroom every year. Welcome to the Oak Grove at IUP. Students here go out in the field to measure biodiversity, and even the Virgin Islands to study sustainability. Ready to pursue a real-world opportunity that brings your passion to life? Get in the Grove at IUP.
We're back with IUP News. Leah Wilkinson has our weekend weather report. What's the weather looking like, Leah?
Good evening, Indiana. Let's check out the weekend forecast. Friday night is overcast with a low of 46 degrees and light winds. Saturday warms up to a high of 75 degrees with mixed sun and clouds. South winds up to 10 miles per hour. Saturday night cools to 59 degrees with partly cloudy skies and a 50% chance of showers. Sunday will be overcast with occasional showers, high of 65 degrees, 60% chance of rain, and wind picks up to 15 miles per hour from the south-southwest. Sunday night drops to 43 degrees with late showers, then partly cloudy skies. Looking ahead, no snow yet. Highs drop to the 50s and lows into the 30s later next week. That's your weekend weather. I'm Leah Wilkinson. Back to you guys at the news desk.
Thank you, Leah. Now it's time for national news.
Some chaos is unfolding inside Yosemite National Park as the federal government shutdown continues. Reports from park employees claim squatters have moved into campgrounds and rule breakers are pushing boundaries with fewer rangers on duty. However, the Department of the Interior is pushing back, saying the park is still adequately staffed to ensure visitor safety and enforce regulations. Officials call reports of only one ranger ludicrous and say violations like illegal camping have been addressed. The department also confirmed it's investigating reports of base jumping, which is illegal in all national parks due to the safety risks. Despite the shutdown, law enforcement rangers remain on duty, responding to incidents and working to keep Yosemite open and safe for visitors.
Airports across the country are refusing to play a Department of Homeland Security video that blames Democrats for the government shutdown. The video features Secretary Kristi Noem saying many TSA workers are unpaid because Democrats won't fund the government. Airports in Portland, Seattle, New York, San Francisco, and others say the message is too political and violates policies against partisan content. Officials also cite the Hatch Act, which bans using public resources for political purposes. Despite the shutdown, DHS says airport security operations remain unaffected.
The Department of Homeland Security says Mexican drug cartels have put a tiered bounty system in place targeting ICE and Border Patrol officers. The agency reports cartels are offering $2,000 for information on agents, up to $10,000 for kidnappings or assaults, and as much as $50,000 for killing high-ranking officials. DHS Secretary Kristi Noem says these groups are waging a campaign of terror against federal officers who enforce immigration laws. The threats come as the federal government faces legal challenges over National Guard deployments to protect immigration facilities in cities like Chicago and Portland.
5 major broadcast networks, NBC, ABC, CBS, CNN, and Fox News, refusing to sign the Pentagon's new press policy, calling it restrictive and a threat to press freedom. The policy would allow the Defense Department to revoke reporters' press passes if they publish unauthorized information, even if it's not classified. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth defended the move, saying Pentagon access is a privilege, not a right. Nearly every major news outlet, including the New York Times, the Washington Post, and Reuters, has also declined the sign. The only network publicly backing the policy is One American News. Press freedom groups are criticizing the rules, saying they undermine the First Amendment and limit the public's right to know.
Earlier this year, U.S. News and World Reports recognized IUP graduate program in education as the best graduate online ranking. Our reporter, Quinlan Mulroy, met a few students in the program to find out how important understanding international education is in their program.
IUP is celebrating International Education Week, a nationwide initiative by the U.S. Departments of State and Education to promote cross-cultural awareness and global learning. Funded by the Office of International Education and the IUP Student Cooperation Association, all events are free and open to students. It's a chance to explore the world right here on campus. IUP has long been recognized for its strong education program. I spoke with 2 junior education majors who are preparing to become future teachers and shared their thoughts on the importance of global perspectives in the classroom and what inspired them to get into the field of education. Mason Moore, a junior at IUP, grew up surrounded by educators and always had interest in teaching, but it wasn't until he stepped into the classroom himself that he truly knew it was the path for him.
Since I was younger, I always thought about becoming a teacher because I saw my family members do it, but what really influenced me and want to become a teacher even more was actually being in the field and experiencing it for myself.
In his future classroom, Mason hopes to celebrate diverse cultures and perspectives, creating an inclusive environment.
It helps students develop a broader worldview, and it also promotes the importance of diversity and inclusion within the classroom.
Mason believes that by building a diverse and inclusive classroom, he can help his students reach their full potential, and he looks forward to guiding them on that journey.
I want to see kids become the best versions of themselves that they can be, and I'd like to be there for them throughout that entire process.
Junior Kendall James hopes that by introducing her future students to international education, they'll gain new perspectives on the world and learn to respect and appreciate people from different backgrounds.
Learning about different cultures helps get a different perspective of the world. I think it's really important for kids to learn about different languages, cultures, and traditions at an early age because they're naturally really curious and want to learn new things. It teaches them to understand and respect these differences while also help developing their communication skills and their problem-solving skills.
She hopes this approach will create a safe classroom environment where students feel excited to learn, comfortable, and confident in who they are.
I want my classroom to be a place where students can feel safe, supported, and excited to come to school to learn. Not only do I want them to grow academically, but I want them to grow into a kind and confident person.
Someone who inspired Kendall was her second grade teacher who made learning fun and ensured every student felt seen and valued.
I've always looked up to my second grade teacher who always made learning fun and made me, along with other students, always feel seen. She is solely the reason why I chose education because I want to be that person for somebody else.
I hope everyone takes the time to explore what IUP has to offer. Education is important now and for our futures, and everyone should take the opportunity to learn about international education. This has been Quinlan Mulroy reporting for IUP News.
When we come back, we will have international news and a story about International Education Week. Please stay tuned.
Looking for some new entertainment? Check out IUP TV today. This station features student-created content such as The Big Hit for sports coverage, Animation Nation for all things anime and toon, Indie Rockers Ball for local music acts, Press Start for your game fix, and Witticism for a laugh. Tune in on Campus TV or on our respective YouTube channels today. There's something for everyone, made by the people that you know.
This is your time to engage, create, follow your passion, show your spirit, go all out, or just kick back. Here in the Oak Grove at the heart of IUP, endless opportunities await. Where do you fit in? Wherever you want. This is your time. This is your place. Get in the Grove at IUP.
The U.S. has carried out another strike off the coast of Venezuela, killing 6 people, according to President Donald Trump. Trump said the target was a narco-terrorist vessel trafficking drugs. This is the 5th strike since September, with at least 27 people reported dead. The U.S. has not released evidence or identities of those killed. Neighboring countries, including Colombia and Venezuela, have condemned the attacks. Critics and lawyers say the strikes may violate international law. The Trump administration claims the operations are self-defense in an ongoing conflict with drug cartels. Justifying military force, Venezuela's president, Nicolas Maduro, denies drug trafficking, calling the strikes politically motivated.
The IMF says the UK is the second fastest growing advanced economy this year, but it has a major problem. It faces the highest inflation among G7 nations for both this year, 3.4%, and next 2.5%. UK economic growth is a forecast at 1.3% for both 2025 and 2026. However, growth per person is worse in the G7 at only 0.4% this year. Chancellor Rachel Reeves noted the economy feels stuck. The IMF told the Bank of England to be very cautious about cutting interest rates. They also warned of a market correction due to excessively optimistic AI stock valuations.
President Trump attended a Gaza peace summit in Sharm el-Sheikh, Egypt, alongside over 20 world leaders while a ceasefire was underway. During the meeting, President Trump and Egyptian President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi, President Erdogan from Turkey, and Qatar leader Tamim al-Thani signed the Trump Declaration for Enduring Peace. Trump said the deal took 3,000 years and is going to hold up. The declaration commits to a future where Israel's and Palestinians prosper, with disputes resolved through diplomacy. Israel and Hamas representatives were absent earlier. Trump addressed Israel's parliament, declaring a new dawn in the Middle East and that the war in Gaza was over.
For students wondering about studying abroad, International Education Week is here to highlight its global reach. Alexis Smith has the story on how music is bridging the gap for IUP's global learners.
During International Education Week, students had the opportunity to learn about studying abroad and to experience different cultures, both overseas and right here on campus. Over in Jane Leonard Hall, a series of pop-up displays highlighted countries such as India, France, Spain, Honduras, Mexico, Italy, and many more. The Office of International Education emphasized that the world can be your campus, showcasing how studying abroad allows students to explore new cultures and experiences beyond the classroom. They also featured photos of students who have traveled and learned around the globe to show what it could potentially look like for anyone interested in exploring the world. IUP senior Klaus Zeff, who has spent the past 3 years working in the Office of International Education, reflects on the significance of this community and what it means to them.
Study abroad to me is an opportunity to connect domestic students at IUP with a broader intercultural community of students around the world. It gives us the opportunity to explore, and international students see the opportunity to experience IUP and experience Pennsylvania. It is a beautiful experience and one that I am very grateful to be a part of.
Well, you don't have to travel abroad to experience another culture. Right here on campus, Folgers hosted an event where students from around the world could perform their songs in their native languages. Participants performed in Bengali, Portuguese, and German, and food and beverages were provided for anyone to enjoy. The event was open to all. Students could sign up to perform a song from their native country or simply choose any song they liked. This helped create an inclusive atmosphere where everyone felt welcome to celebrate one another's culture. According to the Journal of International Students, students who engage in cross-cultural events are 35% more likely to feel a stronger sense of belonging on campus. Sego Bagulo, a graduate at IUP, says being surrounded by different cultures and sharing music has opened her eyes and helped her appreciate traditions beyond her own.
Getting to sit down and listen to other people from different countries share their culture, share their music, their dance has actually opened up my eyes, to diversity, and also getting to share my own culture to other people.
The week was full of learning, laughter, and new experiences that brought everyone together. And it's not over yet. More chances to explore and enjoy one another's traditions and ways of life are coming soon. This is Alexis Smith reporting for IUP TV News.
Still ahead on IUP News, we'll have a sports report with Quinlan Mulroy.
And we will finish off with entertainment news. We'll be back soon, so don't go anywhere.
We're all searching for opportunity, a challenge. Here, asking what if, what's possible, is the mindset. Welcome to the Oak Grove at IUP, where big-time research opportunities are for the many, not just the few. And world-renowned professors ignite ambitions. Search here, and there's no telling how far you'll grow. Get in the Grove at IUP.
We are back with IUP News, Sports Edition. Quinlan Milroy has the latest. What's new with sports, Quinlan?
It's time for IUP Sports, your home for all things Crimson Hawks. Scores, highlights, and big-time action. It's a busy weekend for IUP athletics, and the Hawks are ready to soar. The women's tennis team kicks off at the ITA Cup in Georgia, a national tournament featuring the best in Division II. Good luck to our Hawks as they compete on the big stage. Men's golf hits the links at the PSAC Championship in Lebanon, Pennsylvania. Eyes on another title for the trophy case. Tonight in Indiana, PA, IUP volleyball takes on Slippery Rock in a key PSAC battle, then returns Saturday night to host Clarion at 7 p.m. On the road, IUP football faces rival Slippery Rock in a high-stakes PSAC showdown. Kickoff is at 2 p.m. Let's go Hawks! Also back at home, the IUP Field Hockey challenges nationally ranked East Stroudsburg in a tough matchup on home turf. Good luck to all our Crimson Hawks this weekend. We're behind you. And in the pros, the NBA, the Heats take on the Hawks in Atlanta, and the Mavericks face the Jazz. Out west, Luka Doncic leading the way. In the NFL, the Buffalo Bills visit Atlanta Falcons in a high-energy battle at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. In the NHL, the Devils face off against the Blue Jackets, and the Kings take on the Wild in a late-night showdown. That's your sports report from the field to the court and everything in between. I'm Quinlan Mulray. Now back to the news desk.
Thank you, Quinlan. Now it's time for our final stories of the day on recent entertainment.
R&B star D'Angelo, born Michael Eugene Archer, has died at 51 after a pancreatic cancer diagnosis. His family asked fans to celebrate his legacy of extraordinary moving music. The neo-soul pioneer, whose 3 albums won 4 Grammys, was known for hits like Untitled, How Does It Feel? Tributes poured in from musicians. Beyoncé called him the pioneer who transformed rhythm and blues. Lauryn Hill said his talent was not of this world. D'Angelo rose to fame with his 1995 debut, Brown Sugar, and his 2014 album, Black Messiah, won Best R&B Album at the Grammys. He was working on his 4th album when he died.
The American Film Institute has unveiled their full lineup for AFI Fest 2025, presented by Canva, which runs from October 22nd to 26th in Hollywood. The fest will feature over 160 films, including 7 red carpet premieres and 12 special screenings. Guillermo del Toro is the guest artistic director. The fest opens with Springsteen, Deliver Me From Nowhere, starring Jeremy Allen White. Other high-profile premieres include Sung Blue, starring Hugh Jackman, and the SpongeBob movie. The lineup is packed with awards, contenders, and famous directors. AFI Fest director Todd Hitchcock said, with over 90 features and nearly 70 shorts, it will be their biggest program in recent memory. He added the selection reflects a diversity of viewpoints, artistry, and daring.
Canadian R&B singer-songwriter Danielle Caesar's free pop-up concert at Piedmont Park in Atlanta was shut down after only a few songs on Monday afternoon. Hundreds of fans arrived at the Meadow for the surprise performance, which Caesars had announced on social media, urging them to hurry up. Videos showed Atlanta police officers speaking to Caesar, after which the crowd disappeared. APD declined to comment on the incident. This is the second recent pop-up concert by Caesar to be shut down, as a similar event over the weekend was canceled at a park in Houston. Caesar is a Grammy-winning artist known for his critically acclaimed album, Fraudian.
That's going to do it for us today at IUP TV News, in association with IUP News and students looking for careers in the communications field. My name is Doug Seipel.
And I'm Carson Lejeune. Be sure to follow our Instagram page at IUP_news and our YouTube channel at IUP News 4207. Please take care and have a safe weekend.